All right, let's talk about something incredible. Inside you, right now, there are trillions of microbes. And it turns out they're not just passive passengers. They have a secret language, one they use to talk directly to your cells. And understanding this language, it's changing everything we thought we knew about our own bodies.
So just to set the stage, think about your gut. It's not just you in there. It's a whole bustling ecosystem. I mean, it's this incredibly complex community of bacteria. You can see it's dominated by a few big players, but we're talking trillions of individual microbes. And honestly, we're just scratching the surface of what's really going on in their world. Now, for decades, we've known these little guys were important. I mean, they're crucial for our health, helping with everything from digestion to our immune system. But the big question, the real mystery, has always been how? How are they actually talking to us? How do they send physical messages directly to our human cells? So, what's the secret? What is this language they're using to bridge the gap between their world and ours? Well, the answer is absolutely fascinating. Let's get right into it. It turns out the answer is this stunning piece of biological machinery. And the crazy part? It was hiding in plain sight the whole time. Scientists found this incredible mechanism, a tool they thought they already understood. But its real purpose is so much bigger, so much more intricate than anyone ever guessed. Okay, here it is. It's called the Type 3 Secretion System, or T3S for short. But its nickname is way cooler, the injectosome. And that's literally what it is. It functions just like a microscopic needle and syringe. It's this high-tech precision tool that bacteria build to inject molecules directly into other cells. Now, this is where your brain might do a little flip. See, for the longest time, we only saw these syringes in pathogens. Bad bacteria, like Salmonella. We thought they were weapons. But the bombshell discovery is that around 80% of the common, friendly bacteria in your gut have these systems. So it's not a weapon at all. It's standard equipment for communication. So, how does this tiny machine work? Well, it has three key parts. First, you've got the basal body, which is basically the anchor, holding the whole thing in place in the bacterium's wall. Then there's the needle, an incredibly tiny, rigid tube that pokes out. And finally, the translocation, which is the really clever bit. It latches onto one of our cells and opens up a pore, creating this perfect, sealed tunnel right from the inside of the bacterium into the inside of our cell. Okay, so we have this direct line of communication, this perfect channel. The next logical question is, what's being sent through it? What exactly are these bacteria injecting into us?
They're injecting something called effector proteins. And these aren't just random bits of stuff. Think of them as molecular instructions or tiny little commands. They're precision engineered to get inside our cells and directly change how they operate. It's almost like a programmer slipping in a new line of code to change a program's behavior.
And what are they targeting with this code? Well, it's fascinating. They're going straight for the command centers of our immune system. For example, they can mess with the NF-kappa B pathway, which you can think of as a master switch for inflammation in your body. They can also tweak our cytokine secretion. Those are the chemical messengers the immune system uses to talk to itself. They're basically turning the volume of our immune response up or down. This isn't an attack. It's a conversation. They are actively modulating our immune dialogue.
And the sheer scale of this dialogue is just mind-blowing. So far, researchers have mapped more than 1,200 of these specific interactions. That's a huge, complex web of communication between their proteins and our proteins, all working to keep our bodies in a delicate, healthy balance. So what's the point of all this chatter? It's essential for keeping the peace. It creates what scientists call immune homeostasis. Basically, it teaches our immune system to chill out and tolerate all the good bacteria instead of freaking out and attacking everything. And when that communication breaks down, well, that's when you can get the overreactions that lead to inflammatory diseases, like Crohn's. It's just an absolutely incredible look into this hidden world inside of us, isn't it? Hey, if you're finding this as fascinating as I do me a quick favor and hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps us keep digging into amazing topics like this.
Okay, so we've cracked the code. We've figured out the language, and this is where things get really, really exciting. Scientists aren't just listening in anymore. They're starting to write their own messages. And two breakthrough strategies are already taking shape. First, there's the idea of hijacking the syringes themselves. Scientists are basically creating these standalone, engineered injection systems and re-engineering them to target specific cells. Imagine telling one to go find a cancer cell and inject a drug. The second strategy is even wilder. They're using harmless viruses called phages to reprogram the bacteria already living in your gut. turning them into tiny, living pharmacies that produce therapeutic proteins on demand, right inside your body.
And listen, this isn't just science fiction. These ideas are already working in animal models. They've successfully used phage-programmed bacteria to reduce inflammation in diseases like IBD. In another study, they got engineered bacteria to release a protein that made mice feel full, helping to reduce obesity. I mean, the potential here is just absolutely enormous.
So let's just zoom out for a second and think about what this means for the future of medicine. Because this isn't just another cool discovery. This is a genuine paradigm shift in how we view our own biology.
You know, if you look back, our understanding has evolved so much. In the 2000s, we basically thought of gut bacteria as passive roommates. By the 2010s, we realized they were metabolic partners, helping us digest things. But now we know they're active, sophisticated communicators, directly injecting proteins to talk to our immune system and regulate our health. It's a completely different picture.
And here's the absolute key takeaway. We are finally moving from correlation to causation. For years, microbiome science has been about observing connections. People with this disease tend to have these bacteria. But now we can point to the exact molecular machine, the injectosome, and the specific proteins being used. We can see the mechanism. That is a massive leap forward.
By learning to speak this new biological language, we are on the cusp of something revolutionary. We're about to start engineering our own microbes to act as guardians of our health, treating diseases in ways we could barely imagine a decade ago. This proteomic dialogue, this secret conversation, it's not a secret anymore. It is, without a doubt, the new frontier of precision medicine.